The weather was cooperative, a leaky maneuvering system proved no problem, and after traveling 34.5 million miles, splashdown was right on target. Landing upside down, the spaceship was soon right side up. The recovery ship was less than 3.5 miles away. The astronauts radioed, "It's good to be back." The astronauts remained in the command module, which resembled a space-age Mickey Mouse as it was hoisted aboard the USS New Orleans. One last wrinkle to a trouble-plagued venture, the hatch didn't want to open, just wouldn't. A reminder of sorts that the entire Skylab mission was endangered almost as soon as it began last May, when the space station itself was severely damaged just after launch. There it goes, and behind the door, a relieved and smiling astronaut, Dr. Edward Gibson, the one civilian on board, his doctorate in engineering. As the hatch opened, the word from the ship was, "We've got 3 happy guys." And the report from the initial medical checkup by a physician who went inside the command module was that all 3 men were in fine shape. Gibson a bit shaky, as were the others. The first Skylab crew suffered from some motion sickness upon their return. This crew apparently did not have that problem. Gibson, the father of 3 children, waited almost 8 years for the flight he completed today. The second man out of the hatch, William Pogue. He brought a beard back with him, grew it up there. Pogue, an Air Force lieutenant colonel. A bit shaky, too, when he first stepped out onto the special platform built to receive the men. The astronauts will remain on board the New Orleans until Sunday, enabling doctors to conduct a battery of tests to determine just how these men responded to the weightlessness of space and the quick return to the gravity of Earth. It took the last 2 crews several weeks to fully adjust to being back home. On Sunday, the ship will dock in San Diego, and from there, the men will be flown back to the Space Center in Houston. The spacecraft commander is Gerald Carr, a colonel in the Marine Corps. He brought back a beard, too. His a bit longer than Pogue's. This was an all-rookie crew. None of the astronauts had flown in space before. No Americans will fly again until 1975 at the earliest, when they join the Russians in space for a space-age spectacular, a joint mission, Russian cosmonauts and U.S. astronauts linking up in space. The last crew of the Skylab. They didn't lose their sense of rhythm on board, toe-tapping to Way Down Yonder in New Orleans. Morton Dean, CBS News, New York.